Sharing Google Documents is very easy to do in Google Sites. We're going to talk about two specifically. We're going to talk about Google Slides or presentations and Google Docs. So if you have a PowerPoint presentation that you want to share with students, or I know some of our staff have done their web presence in a PowerPoint form, we're going to show you how to embed that on a Google site. And we're also going to show you, if you have your syllabus in Google Docs, how easy that is to have on your website. And the benefit of embedding them on a website is if you want to have everything in one spot, they have the one link to go to, which is your website, and then they have the presentations or the Google Docs right embedded on there. So the first thing we're going to do is make a new page, and I'm going to do the presentation first. So I'm going to create a presentation. I can decide where I want to put it. I'm just going to make it at the top level right now. If it was for a specific class and I've made different pages for different classes, then maybe I would put it under that class. But for this demonstration, I'm not going to. So I'm going to click on Create. And then in the toolbar at the top, I'm going to click on Insert. And I'm going to go over to Drive and down to Presentation. Notice it has all of the different things that you would put in Google Drive listed here. What this does by choosing Presentation is it narrows my search, and when I click on Presentation, it looks for presentations that I have in my Google Drive. If you notice, like this one on the right, the 30 ways to use a Chromebook, that's not my presentation, it's one that someone has shared with me. So those are available as well. There's some other ones that I've gotten, but I know that this Be Smart one is the one that I want to have and share with my students. So if I click on it, notice there's a blue box around it, so I know that I've selected that, and then I can click Select down here. One other thing to point out is if you're using someone else's and it's not in your Google Drive yet, you can just copy and paste the web address right there if you want. But again, I have mine here. I have it selected because there's a blue box around there, and I'm going to click Select. And I have some choices if I want to include a border. Typically I don't, but it doesn't really matter. I can include a title, and you can change that title if you want. If it's not written the right way, or if you had uploaded it from PowerPoint, sometimes all these words will be one. You could put spaces there. I want my kids to advance the slideshow on their own, so I'm not going to do a start slideshow or restart. Maybe you do have a picture sharing. Maybe you put a Google presentation together with a bunch of pictures from either your classroom or an activity that you did, so maybe that would be a slideshow that you'd want to play. But for me, I don't need it, so I'm going to leave those unchecked. And I can change the size as to how big I want it. I'm just going to do medium. If students view it on a mobile device, it'll change it for them, so it's not a huge deal. And then I'm going to click Save. And so now I have this Google presentation here, and it doesn't look right. It's not exactly right because I haven't clicked Save yet. I'm going to click Save. There's my title. There is my presentation. Notice here in the bottom left-hand corner there are arrows, so you can advance it. You can press play if it's a longer presentation. It'll play through the whole presentation. You can jump to specific slides if students want to. You can make it full screen if you want to do that. Under settings, you can download it, print it if you want. The other thing you can do is if you click on that where it says Open Be Smart, it will put it in your Google Drive. So there's a couple different options there. One thing that's really nice is if I go back up and I edit this page by clicking on the pencil, the upper right hand corner, and I just click anywhere on that Google presentation again, here I can align it just like I could with a picture or any other item that you put in Google Sites. I can also do text wrap, so if I wanted text on the right hand side of my presentation, I can do that. I can also click on the Properties button, and let's say maybe I wanted it larger, instead of medium. I can change that. Maybe I decided I do want it as a slideshow. I could check that button if I wanted to change the title. So I can go back in and change any of that I did before. Click Save, and then again save the page in the upper right hand corner. Now, you should be able to tell that my presentation is bigger than what it was before, but I still have all the same slides. So that is inserting a Google Slide presentation. The other thing that is fairly common is to add your syllabus. And I'm going to click on New Page, and I'm just going to write Syllabus. Again, I have the choice of where I want to put it. Notice it grabbed Presentation, which is the last slide that I was on. I could put it there if I wanted to. Again, I'm going to just put it as at the top level. I'm going to click on Create. And it's going to make that page for me. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did last time. I'm going to go to Insert, Drive, and this time I'm going to choose Document. Again, just like before, when I click Document, it's going to find all the Google Docs that are in there. Notice on the left-hand side, I have these other things that I could insert, so I could go to Presentations if I wanted to. There's the ones we just looked at. There are some other features that I haven't played around with too much. Picasa Photos, if you have a photo gallery there, you can do that. I'm going to go back up and click on Documents. Instructional Technology 101. Again, I'm going to click on it. I have the blue box. I could paste in a web address if I wanted to. I don't need to. I'm going to click on Select. So I could put a border around that Google document if I wanted to, just like we did with the slides. I have the document title. These two are a little bit different. Height, you may want to adjust. It's up to you. Depends on how long your document is. What happens is if it's too long, you have the height of the widget that's here that is 600 pixels tall, and so that will manipulate the scroll bar that you have for your website. If your document is, let's say, 800 pixels tall, there's going to be a second scroll bar inside the document, so potentially you could have to scroll twice depending on how long your document is. It's completely up to you what you do. Know that, again, if you click on Properties once we finish this, so I'm going to leave it width for 100% because this is the only thing that's going to be on the page. I'm going to click Save. You have your alignment options, you have your wrap options, and again, Properties, if you come back in here, you could change that height if you wanted to. So play around with it, see what you think. You can always come back and change it. For right now, I'm going to leave it at 600. Click Save. And then I need to save the page in the upper right-hand corner. And so now I have my syllabus. Notice here on the right-hand side, far right-hand corner, I'm not sure if you can see that, is a scroll bar for the whole website. And then I also have a scroll bar for the document here. Again, completely up to you how you want to do it. Just something to be aware of. If kids say, well, I didn't see that, make sure they understand that there's another scroll bar there. Mine's only this one page, so it's still giving me a scroll bar to go down to the bottom of the page. Notice in the bottom left-hand corner, there's also the Open Instructional Technology 101, which would open it in the student's drive and give them a copy of it as well, just like it was in Google Slides. So again, this is a great way to have students stay on your website, have all the resources there. Any changes you make to any of this will be reflected right here. So let's say I go into my drive and I go to Instructional Technology 101, and if I wanted to type something new or if I made any changes, I'm just going to change this to green. If I go back to my syllabus and I refresh the page, then my syllabus is automatically changed. So you could have this one syllabus page up every year. Anytime you change the document, this website is already changed for you. So you're not having to change it in more than one place, just the one. There is another video out there about adding links to this navigation page. I can do that if I want to. If I want to add this syllabus or presentation, I would go to Edit Site Layout. Click on the navigation bar. I'm going to add a page. And I know that the other page I called presentations, so I could search for it. And notice I have two of them. Oh, because I have another page called presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. I think this is the right one. I'm going to click OK. And it puts it down at the bottom. I can move it up if I want. I can embed it underneath this other presentations. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Before I go, I'm going to add my other page, which was my syllabus. Search for it. And there's my syllabus page. Click OK. If you had more than one syllabus, you could just use it, whatever the name of your class is, and that would be easy to search for. And so what it's done is, because my cursor had presentation selected, it's put syllabus right underneath it. I could move it out, do the left indent or outdent, whatever it's called, so it's on the main page or on the main drop down. I'm going to click OK. And when I click close now, notice under presentations I have this presentation. I would probably rename that if I were you. But there is the page that I had. If I click on syllabus, it goes to the syllabus that I embedded. So that is embedding Google presentations and documents.